Hi, everybody. It's Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and welcome to your dose of realness. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Thursday to you as well. I want to ask you if you could please like and share this out so we can bring more people into this wonderful conversation. So, today's topic is 11 reasons why people are mean. Let's get into it. I would love to hear your input. So, of course, before we get started, we're going to start with the Best Life Crew song. Let's go.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Dose of Realness. I'm Marlene. I am the content creator for this channel. And on this channel, I talk about positive, motivating, and encouraging videos, story time, life lessons. And today is no different. Today's topic is 11 reasons why people are so mean. So we're going to get into this topic, but I do have a surprise for you guys. We have a special co-host today that is going to be joining us on the program today. So let's invite up the special guest.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Hey, Marlene.
Hey. Yes, thank you so much for coming. So, I'm going to share the information that I found. I thought this was a good topic. This information was found with pairedlife.com, and I'm going to leave the information in the description box. So, I'm going to read what they say. I'm going to add to it, and also then I'm going to ask for your input, what you think.
Okay.
Okay. So, before we get started, let's see who is in the chat and welcome them. Hey, Daily Life with Tierney. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming and being here. I appreciate you so much. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you and your family are well. Of course, Boss Life Online. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, please thumbs it up, everybody. Eunice. Hi, Eunice. Good morning. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for coming and being here. So let's get started with the first point 11 reasons why people are so mean. Number one reason, they have poor communication skills. Now, the majority of people, I don't even think people even know what communication skills is. Communication skills is the way that we express ourselves. Sometimes our expressions are seen in our body language, the way we look. Mhm. And that our body language says a lot, but also some people don't even know how to communicate. It's something that you have to learn, right, Gio?
Yeah.
Yep. So poor communication skills, it means that you got to work on yourself. And that's not an easy thing because, especially if you were raised a certain way, it's not easy to change the way that you've been for a long time. You have to want to make changes. And that can be the reason why people can be rude. Sometimes people just don't know how to communicate. Their
Right.
communication skills is poor, but we have to learn to do better if we want better from our life. We can't just accept to be like treat people any kind of way and then expect for people to want to be around. Who wants to be around a mean person?
I don't.
I don't. So, Gio, do you have anything to add to that? Why people have poor communication skills?
Well, yeah, it starts at home early on with the parents. And if the parents are silent and don't hardly speak and don't teach their kids communication skills, then they're not going to have any. If the only thing that they see that their parents do is argue, fight, fuss, hit, and all of that, that is probably what they're going to do in an argument with you. When they get too heated, they're going to want to duke it out. Child, you know, I am just glad that I have communication skills and I don't have to go through all that. Even though in my household, It was dysfunctional, okay?
Mhm.
But as I grew up and I wanted to be better, is when I started learning how to have communication skills. And of course, I was in therapy for a while, and that's where I really learned.
Right, right, Gia. I'm glad you brought that up about the past because a lot of times we blame everything on, the past, but also it really is that way. Sometimes if you weren't raised away, like in my household, we were raised that the adults talk, the kids don't have anything to say. So kind of bring that into the next generation. Like even my nieces and nephews, I have to stop myself sometimes and be like, yeah, what they have to say is valid. You can't keep making the cycle go on and on and on. Somebody has to stop and say, this is not good and healthy. We need to talk to each other. We need to ask each other how we feel.
That's so true.
Yeah. We have to ask each other how we feel, because how are we going to know how somebody really is unless we have the conversation and we ask? And most people don't. I don't know. I guess we make assumptions. That's my opinion. We make assumptions. We look at somebody and we see, okay, if they look pretty good, they look healthy, they're dressing good, they must be all right.
Oh my God.
But it's not true, because a person can put on an act and pretend that they're okay and they really aren't okay. But we don't want to tell other people because, number one, I know for myself, I don't like to be judged. I don't want nobody to be like, well, how come you're going through that and you didn't tell us? Because a lot of times we don't get the support that we need when we want to have those conversations about, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're going through.
Right.
Yeah. I know sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I feel like so stressed out and I want to tell people in my family, but we all know, let's be real, 100% honest. Not everything that you think you can tell certain family members, right?
Yeah,
Because,
like if I'm stressed out and I don't even know why I do it because I already know what I'm gonna get. And I call my sister, Marie, and it's all I can't even get three words out about what's wrong. Girl, don't worry about it. Go, I got that. I mean, they don't even let you say what it is. Uh, and they just move on to what it is that's going on with them. Like you called to just hear what they had to say. You understand what I'm saying? That's poor communication. And I just said, okay, girl, look here, I got a phone call.
right.
You know, so I just stopped doing it. Every now and then I catch myself doing it and I'm like, you already know what she gonna say, so just don't say nothing. Just say you called and just say hi.
Right. I think that's one of the things that we have to learn in maturity and wisdom. We have to know who people are and we have to accept them for who they are. That's a part of being a mature
Right.
person. You can't mold and change somebody else into something else. Just like my dad used to say, a duck is a duck. You can't make a duck a horse. Or if a person walks like a duck, acts like a duck, quacks like a duck, they are a duck. You can't
Right.
make somebody to transform into something that they're not.
No,
You,
you
you,
can't.
you can't.
And and
Go
I
ahead.
that's one of my, and I love her to death. That's my ace boon coon. You know, we do a lot of things together, but because of things that has happened in her life, I think she just, I don't know. All I can say is what my therapist told me. You know, she just don't know how to be there for herself, or maybe whatever she done went through or been through it, the pain is so great so she doesn't like to hear pain from anybody else.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like a trigger or something, and she just can't be there for me. And that really, when my therapist told me that, I was like, but that's my sister,
Right.
just like you. That's your family, but that they don't know how to be there for you because most of the time they don't know how to be there for themselves.
Right. Like I always say all the time, Gio, we have to understand that you have to be your own best friend first. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to go back. Don't worry about whatever happened in the past. Start here with today. Today, I'm going to learn that, okay, people who are toxic to me, people who don't support me, I'm going to stop expecting the support.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to stop expecting the communication. We sometimes accept, um, we want people to do something that they just cannot
Can't
do.
do. They can't give you what you need. It took me years to understand that
Mhm.
some people cannot do that. They cannot be there for you. They just can't do it because they don't know how. And it's not really their fault because they ain't had nobody to teach them. But it
Yeah.
took me a long time to just walk away from like stuff like that. And to well, it took me a long time to understand that, to let people be where they are. And some people are just can't be there for you. You have to choose the people in your life that can communicate with you and want to know about you, and can be there for themselves. So I just prayed and asked God for friends that can be there. And he did put them in my life, because you're one of them, Marlene.
Oh, thank you. And it's Jill. It's just like that saying that's by Maya Angelou: when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Right.
My thing was, I never wanted to believe, okay, a person is, especially family members, they're scamming you, they're toxic to you, they're manipulators, they're all kinds of things. But we sometimes don't want to receive that that's what they are. And we have to say that I can't keep allowing this person to hurt me. I can't allow this person to keep using me. I can't keep um letting this person not support me. It's not that you
Right.
don't love them, but it's
Mhm.
that you love yourself more.
Right.
And that was hard for me to take that part on, that it's not that you think you're all that, but you believe in yourself, you love yourself, and you know your worth, and you never diminish your worth and your power for somebody else, even a family member, even people who are related to you by blood. You deserve better than lack of support, lack of whatever it is. And
Right.
we have to receive that.
I think Tracy Lee had a good point in the chat.
Okay. Tracy Lee says, absolutely. We need to check on even our strong friends. Yeah.
Right.
We sometimes believe that when people are strong, that they're okay.
That's not necessarily. I mean, I don't need my hand held all the time, but
Mhm.
every now and then stuff get on my nerves, you know. But see, what I have learned to do, and which my therapist really drilled into me, is don't sit there and act like you're okay, like it's okay. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
strong. She said to call somebody or text somebody or let them know something is going, is going on with you. You just need to talk. Do you have 15 minutes or something? I'm really good at that. I will call you up in a
Right.
minute, Marlene, Tracy, or whoever it is, and just say, girl, look here, that was, blah, 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 so that I could be better. But every now and then, if you guys don't hear from me in 4 or 5 days and we're used to talking, call me up, because sometimes I
I
might
do.
get in that little funk and not want to call nobody. Every now and then that happens to me.
Well, I know because I do it too. Well, you're better at it than me, because I'm the type of person that when I get into a thing, like as my sister would say, in my feelings. When I'm in my feelings, I just feel like, oh, I don't want to burden anybody. I don't want to bring anybody down. But that's how you stay in that funk.
Right. You have to talk about it.
Yeah, you have to. So let's see. Oh, well, I forgot to say, welcome in Robert Gann, and I am Tracy Lee. Also see BJ's Good News and Donna Just Being Real. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. Um, Tracy Lee says, this is true. I've learned through the years who I can talk to. You better
Mhm.
learn, because my thing is, I don't like the people who, you know, how they get close to you and then next thing they stab you in your back.
Yep. Child. And take your content.
Take your take your content, take your money. Oh, let's get into something heavy, and take your man.
Thank you. Child. back in the day when the other people they agree with you in the back in the day in the 1960s, child. You know you right. Show you right.
No, you're right. I know. That's what I'm saying. Be careful who you get close to. My mom always said, real talk as a woman, don't let other women close to your man. My mom always said that. Don't be letting every woman come up in your house, spending time
That's
with your
true.
man. My mama said that. But sometimes we forget the things that we know. You let things slide. So, anyways, let's go on to more comments here. The most effective part of communication is the listening part. Sometimes people come for someone just to listen. We don't have to have the answers when all they want is an ear. Mm, I wish I could pin this on my StreamYards, but I can't. But that's a great comment right there, Tracy Lee,
Mhm.
because we sometimes, I think it's part of being a woman. As women, we want to give somebody, we immediately want to
Try to
fix
fix
it.
it.
We want to fix it when all sometimes somebody needs is just some support.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
had to learn that too. Just
yeah,
listen.
just listen. And without judgments, because sometimes I ain't gonna lie, somebody will tell me something, I'd be like, please, you did that to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's true though. We say we listen to people, but I know honestly, a lot of times when somebody's saying something, I already know how I'm gonna feel and what I'm gonna say back.
See,
You have
the
to
best
really
question to
listen.
ask yourself, Marlene, is what part did I play in it for you call me?
Mhm. Yeah, you do. And you have to accept that. And that is so hard to accept when you do wrong.
Right.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
anytime I'm going to talk about what's bothering me, I have to know what part I played in it to get
Mhm.
over it. And to really, when I call you and say, okay, this is what's happened, this the part I played in it, blah, 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 blah. By the time I get to the end of it, I already know what I need to do.
Yep, it's true. And Robert says it's funny why you walk away and have little interaction with them, and they wonder why you stop dealing with them.
Right.
Yeah, they
They
let
don't
people
understand, Robert. They don't know because they don't know.
know. And then a lot of times, some people they never feel that they are part of the problem.
Thank you. It's always your fault.
No, or somebody else's. They
Right.
always got to. And my dad always said that when from we were little kids. He said it like a scratch record. When you have one finger pointed at somebody else, you got four pointed back at yourself.
True.
Don't always blame everybody. What have you done? What part did you play? What role did you play? Good morning, BJ's Good News. Thank you so much for being here. And I know I used to do that all the time. I used to always pretend like I never did anything. I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. I don't know. They say, it's just me, and you guys are just being sensitive. I'm just but you have to accept and receive because that's the only way you're going to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, Donna. Thank you so much for coming and being here. Let's see. I missed a few comments here. Let me catch up. We teach people how to treat us by what we accept. This is why I love that you ladies are actively showing people what is not acceptable. Yeah, we have to have those tough and hard conversations and tell people this is okay and this is not okay. It's not okay to be rude to somebody. Like I know I feel that way sometimes. That's why I get quiet, and people think sometimes when you are quiet that that's a form of weakness. But do you think sometimes I don't want to say something?
Hmm.
No, it's maturity. Because once you have words come out of your mouth, you cannot take it back, even if you say sorry. So we have to think before we speak. And then that way that wisdom can flow out of our mouth. Thank you for that comment, Tracy Lee. Donna, don't even get me started with that. Oh, yes, the content copiers. Mm.
Child. Mm.
Whew,
Okay.
it's a mess. Watch who you are dating around your own siblings. Robert, it sounds like it's a story right there.
You want to
That
come
sounds
on the
like
What
a
Had Happened show, Robert? Wow.
wow. I never even. I don't know. I guess because my siblings are older than me, I don't have to worry about that because my siblings, being the last child, they always have looked at me like a baby. So I've never had to worry about that. But I can imagine. I can only imagine. True, just an ear. You can pin it. It's on the YouTube window if you have it open. Oh, okay. Thank you, Donna. Let's see. They know they play poor me act. Toxic people are actors. Oh, and good ones, Donna. Very good. I know I was the best actress. I know my brother used to always say I could have won what is that? An Oscar. I used to be like, oh, y'all know I'm so tired. That's why I couldn't make it. Knowing I was at home watching TV or taking a bath or something. Oh, I was so. I just didn't see the whole thing is we have to learn to have the honest conversations too. When we don't like something, just say, I don't like it. That's not something I want to do. You don't have to sugarcoat it and play games with people. It's not something I'm interested in doing. That shows who you are too. You got to speak up for what's right for you too. I don't like that. I don't want to do it. Don't make up excuses. Sometimes we try to hurt other people's feelings, but then when people find out that you were lying to them about something, now you lose trust.
Right.
Yes, I love that, Gio. Taking accountability is a healed move. Everybody isn't in the place because, as Marlene stated, they're blaming everybody else but themselves. Yeah. We have to take accountability for ourselves. We got to take accountability. And if we don't, nothing is going to change in our life. And then we wonder why people drop out of our life.
Hmm.
Mm. Tracy Lee, I'm telling you, there is something I feel like it's a gift that I have had. Learning, okay, it's time to be quiet. I don't have a problem running off at the mouth. My family has always said, when Marlene is quiet, now you better worry because you don't know what I'm going to do next. When I get quiet, everybody like, uh-oh. Yeah, be afraid.
I'll remember that.
Mhm.
It's easy, Marlene.
Okay, let's get to number 2 of the 11 reasons why people are mean. Number 2, they hold negative feelings towards you. Yes. Sometimes people are just negative towards you because of whatever. Sometimes you don't even have to do something to anybody. You don't People just don't like you because no reason. They just don't like you. Maybe because you're doing something that they can't do. Maybe
Let's just,
it's just jealousy. Maybe it's because you're beautiful. Maybe you have great talents and gifts. You
they
can't.
just mad because they can't be you. And they're
Yeah.
not putting forth no effort to try to be themselves. Nobody can be nobody but you.
Hmm.
So don't be getting mad at me because I'm using my God gift talents to do
Yes.
good in this world and to help somebody. That part makes me mad because
Yeah.
I've done nothing to you.
Hmm.
It really does. It really get on my last nerves when people act like that. Just because you're she thinks she's some child. Yeah, you're right, child. Because see, I used to be where you were, but I
Hmm.
got up and I done something. I changed my life because I wanted something. If you don't want nothing, don't be getting mad at me. Go ahead,
Hmm.
Mom.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I had to receive too. And it's a real Slice of humble pie when you take it in. When my therapist was like, "But Marlene, but you're lazy though." Oh, oh, oh! Take me out. I was like, "Okay, see you next week." Just pick up my purse and walked out. That it took me a whole week to take that in. And sometimes we are the cause of our own problem. You're not
Yeah.
doing the things that you need to do. Don't get mad at somebody else because they have received something because you didn't put in the hard work to get it. We all can get whatever it is, get that bag, get that money, travel, do the things that we want to do. But what work have you done behind the scenes? See, we look at somebody and we just see their successes, but you don't know what they've done in the background. You don't know the pain that they're going. You don't know the times that they didn't sleep, when they stayed up late at night, when they didn't have money, when they didn't X, Y, and Z, when their family wasn't supporting them, but they still went on anyways, right?
Right.
We want what somebody else has, but are you really truly putting in the effort and work to get what you want? When my
Most of
therapist
what we
told me
sit
that,
back.
that I was the problem, she said, "But Marlene, but you're lazy though."
Yeah.
Oh, oh. That one hurt me so bad. I was so in my feelings. I didn't even go back to my therapy session for a few weeks because I was mad. And then I thought about it. I was like, but why are you mad at her? Why are
Right.
you mad at her? Yeah. So,
People just be mad because it takes a lot of courage, guys. Let me just say this, and I'm saying this from my own experience and who I am today. It takes a lot of courage to go to therapy and then take a look at yourself. It takes a lot of courage to look at yourself and make changes to be better. This is
mhm,
why I tell people on my lives that I'm going to fight for my life. I fought for it back then, and I'm going to continue to fight for it. And if you can't be in it because you mad, because you don't know how to fight, learn from me. You
mhm,
know, ask me for help. Tell me what's going on instead of being negative to her. Oh, she
mhm,
thinks she's something. You better
mhm.
believe I'm something. I'm a
Right.
precious child of God. Come on now.
See, and that's the thing that I find I can't say men don't do, but I find that it's a woman thing, like a catty thing, like another woman. Oh, who does she think she look at her hair? Look at this, look at her skin. Look at, they only want to talk about you and the negative things, but we never want to empower and praise another woman and say, wow, look at her. Her hair looks great. She has lost weight. She's doing her business. Upbuild, and encourage. But a lot of times other women, men too, they don't know how to do that because they
Nobody ever
never,
did it for them.
nobody has ever taught them that you can support another person, you
Right.
can mentor somebody. You don't have to be, it's not a competition thing, it's a love thing. And we have to learn to love one another more, and that starts with inside of us. I love myself enough to want better for myself, and then I always ask for the right people to be drawn who are in a love cycle with themselves, a love journey, and want to do better. See, the more you work on yourself is the more that you can draw in people who are doing likewise.
Right.
Mhm. Honey, the truth will make us free. It will. It sets us
Yeah.
free. Mhm. Definitely does. So let's go into point number 3. 11 reasons why people are mean. Number 3, they think it makes them more powerful. So they
Ah,
you know those people. We all know people, and most of the time they're like managers of the job, and they feel, oh, I can step on you so I can elevate myself.
hmm. And
Being
that's why
mean.
they on the job and I got my own home business. Because I got tired of that mess.
Yeah, that's very messy. And I can't say it's just on the job, but a lot of times people want to step on you to crush your hopes and your dreams
Thank
because
you.
they think that if they say something, it will stab you in the heart, like telling you, oh, you can't do that, or you're not. That's not going to work out, or whatever it is, to maybe crush your dreams and then to make you stop. That's what people
Yeah.
think sometimes. But you have to know who you are. You have to know that where you're going. And that starts with inwardly. You got to boost your own self esteem. You got to respect yourself. You got to know that you're courageous, you're victorious over anything, any situation. Even sometimes when I don't believe it, I tell myself, I said, Marlene, you may not believe it, but you can. We got to have that self talk, that self conversation. Okay, let's see what is happening in the chat here. Tracy Lee says, when we're doing the work, we get better, and we're not going to always like what we see, but seeing it is necessary.
Right.
Yeah, like my therapist used to always say, it's like peeling back the layers of ourselves. We sometimes don't even know what is there, why we're triggered to do certain things. But the more that we peel back the layers of what happened to you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, if it goes that far, if you don't deal with certain traumas, certain situations, it's always going to stay there. It's always going to be right under the surface. And then you wonder why every time somebody says a certain word or does a certain thing, you snap off at them because
Right.
you haven't healed that wound. That wound is still open and you got to close it. Yeah, we sometimes there's certain situations in our life that you'll never get over it. But like my therapist used to tell me, you don't get over it, but you learn to get through it. There's certain things, there's traumatic things that you can never get over, but you learn each and every day. Okay, I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to take a step forward until you're making progress, right?
Yep.
Hey, Six Gunner, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Six Gunner says, totally agree with this one. Meanness is not a power. And a lot of people think it is. We know people who are bullies. They try to bully you into you got it. And they tell you you have to do this and you must do that. No, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. Everybody here on YouTube and in life, they're adults. Got to be responsible for yourself, and you don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. Tracy Lee says, I've never understood the competing thing. I have a heart to see people healed, whole, and lack nothing. Wow.
Everybody can't get there, Tracy.
Mhm. See, but Tracy Lee, but the thing is that people like yourself, me, Boss Life Online, we have worked on ourselves. And I'm not saying other people may not have certain things, but when you actually have gone and sit down in a therapist chair, and then they tell you, you've done this, and then you have to take it on and say, yes, yes, I did. Yes, I have. Yes, I did. I can't tell you how many times I've grabbed my purse and walked out. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't do nothing. That was there.
But
I was gone.
but Marlene, it takes courage to say, yes, I did this.
Mhm.
It takes courage to say, how can I fix this?
Mhm.
It just takes courage to sit there in that chair and look at you. Because before you went to sit in that chair, you thought you was perfect. It
Mhm.
ain't my fault. But then when somebody tell you, oh yes it is, it's the part you played in it, it takes courage to want to change that.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to have a better life. So I cried all the way through
Yeah.
and just said, okay, 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 how can I fix this? But then once I got cried about 3, 4 times, child, okay, before she asked me what part I played in it, I said, okay, this is the part I played in, and I figured it out.
Yeah.
That's when my life got better.
Better.
When I started taking accountability for the part I played in what the situation that I'm in. That's when I start really learning how to be a better person.
Right. And nobody can fix your life until you fix it. You
Thank
have to want to fix it.
Right.
See, I think at a certain level, we'll always say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do something, and we'll do the talk. But really, what is the action behind it? Are you
Yeah,
really It's about the follow through.
right.
Yep. Hey, Wellness, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming and being here. Appreciate you. Join on the discussion. Hey, Tanisha Reacts, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, we would love the likes. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's go into point number 4. 11 reasons why people are mean. Number 4, they are insecure and put others down in order to make themselves feel better. Listen, how much people do we know? Like, if you're just being real and honest with yourself, they always want to put you down. They always have something to say, but they don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, and
What's
they're
our
sitting trying
favorite
to tell
word?
you who you are.
Right, but what's our favorite word for that one? Child. It's nothing you can do about them people that's insecure.
You can't.
You can don't let them take you down with them. Don't let them make you go down that same rabbit hole. People that's insecure will tell you, "Oh, that ain't gonna work. Don't try that." Why you got that on? Child, please go get a
Yeah,
life.
yeah. They always want. I find it very funny that people will tell you that you can't do something. No, and I'll tell them straight up. See, before, when you don't know your inner voice, when you don't know who you are, but when you tap into your power, and I said, no, you can't do that, but I can.
Right.
See, that's a whole different you. When other people tell you stuff, like, before, you be like, and then you start to do the self-doubt, and I don't know.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I can. But when you know who you are, and for me, I know who I serve,
Right.
then it's like, and I have to talk to myself sometimes when I'm dragging my feet, and I'll call you and I'd be like, why can't I do that? And you'd be like, well, you need to find out why. Talk it out, write it out. So there's always a reason why you haven't done something, and you need to get to the root cause so that you can move forward. That's the big issue. Hey, Language of Horses, welcome. How are you? Thank you for coming. Hey, the Jewelry Spot. Yes, self-reflection is so hard. I don't like it. I actually hate it. I don't like to reflect on myself and be honest with myself and say, okay, Marlene, you need to get up and do that. You need to send that letter. You need to respond to that email. You need to get up and go to the gym. We got to be responsible for our own self. We can't blame anybody when things aren't working the way we want it to. Hey, Dom. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Join on the discussion. Let's see. Yes, happy to see you guys again. Hey, Angela, welcome. So good to see you. I'm well, Dom. I'm well. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the likes, guys. I'm doing good, thanks. Yes, appreciate all of you guys for being here. So let's get back to this point. Number 5. And I'm going to say this very slowly because I know this is going to be a trigger for Gio. 11 reasons to explain why people are mean. Number 5, they had a poor upbringing.
Oh.
That's a trigger, right? That triggers me.
I had this. Listen, I had this old boyfriend.
Oh, I'm going to put you on the spotlight now.
And we had broke up and all of this stuff, and we kind of still remained friends. And his family was saying his family got mad at me because they broke up. I broke up with him, right? But he wasn't right. So he wanted me to come to this party and all of this stuff. I said, okay, I can come. I said, but I don't want no problems at your family. He said, oh, well, I'll fix that. I said, how did you fix that? I just told them they don't know how you was raised. Like they was raised way better than Gio. I was like, Lord have mercy. Like that. And then, I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him, and I didn't go to the party. She did. They don't know how I was raised. Like I was raised terribly with no self
Yeah.
respect, no nothing, because I broke up with him with his old lying butt. Don't help me go there.
I told you that right there triggers me because I've had somebody say, I can't know how somebody else feels because I have a Caribbean. And I can't lie. Yes, Caribbean upbringing is different from American upbringing, but don't act like I was raised by wolves. I wasn't raised by no wolf pack. I was like, you have a poor upbringing. No,
Oh,
it's not poor upbringing. It's called dysfunctional. That's a whole
right.
different thing. It's a whole different thing.
So that lets
Dysfunctional
you
is
know,
not healthy.
right, Marlene. So that lets you know what kind of upbringing he had to say something like that.
People telling you have a poor upbringing, but
You don't know how
by
I
them
was
saying that,
raised.
it proves they have the poor upbringing. Listen, I don't have time to. And I learned a long time ago, like I used to be an adamant person. The recovered me is different from the me that I used to be. You didn't know me back then, but I would just fly across the room and just slap somebody across their face. A fight. Oh, I was a fighter. Ooh. My parents used to say I was a warrior. Boy, don't mess with me. And I had to learn that's not good. That's not good. It's not healthy. And like my dad told me, I'm not bailing you out of jail.
Mm.
Okay. And I'll give you guys a short little story time and then I'll move on. When I was about, I would say 17 years old, I went to a party with my friends and everybody was dancing and stuff. And then next thing, somebody popped off and said something was confronting my friend and putting their hand in her face. Next thing, I just started fighting them. I just spun that girl around, decked her just and then just got on top of her, and it wasn't even something because she said it was just a misunderstanding. And she said, I didn't know you was just gonna fight the girl. And then we had to hurry up and leave because the cops were called. It was a mess. Blood was everywhere. It was a lot. So the only reason why I didn't go to jail that night is because people at the party who knew me didn't want me to get in trouble. And they was like, I don't know. I never saw that girl. That's what saved my life, or I would have had a record right now. And my dad said, you better learn from that. You
Yeah.
better learn from that. Because he said, the next time, nobody ain't going to be like, oh, I don't know who she is. They're going to be like, that's Marley. And I'll give you her address. Yeah.
Mm.
So I personally had to learn to stop having a hot head and not letting people have the power over me. We have to understand that we personally have power within us, but we have to choose what we're going to feed our energy into. Yeah. So that's my little story time. That's what happened to me. I'm just being honest. I mean, somebody just a little thing. Somebody would just look. I'd be like, "What you looking at me for?" And I'd be right up in their face. What you looking at? You got something to say? Mhm. Yeah,
Girl,
I was a bulldog, and
you was a
now,
cracker.
yeah, hot like a firecracker. Yeah, like my mom would say, that lion blood is in me strong. But I had to learn. It's not worth it. Don't give people your
Oh,
power. Calm down. Slow down. Know who you are. And sometimes the things that people say, it's not even worth responding to. Don't give people your power. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the chat and catch up. Let's see. Yeah, Six Gunner. I know. I know. I have really made a lot of changes. You guys wouldn't even recognize me how I used to be, even my family. They said God has really worked in your life. He really has. Fight people in a second. I used to always say I didn't care about going to jail until my dad told me he wasn't going to bail me out. Then I cared. Then I cared when I found out I wasn't going to get bailed out. Hey, kicking it with Lulu. Welcome. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. You know your worth, Queen. I love it. Yes. Yeah, six gunner. I know. My dad was like, I am not going to bail you out of jail. So keep up. Keep it up. You're going to stay right in there. Got to know who you are. Got to know who you are. You got to know your worth. Yes, I definitely changed. I think I changed so that I can be a testimony to others. Hey, King Morgan. Absolutely. And when you vibrate on a higher frequency, you don't come down to it, address low vibrational people. Yes, I learned that too. You don't have to respond to everything. If you don't agree with it, it's not within your realm, where you're going. I'd just be like, I'll delete a comment, or if something. So if y'all put something crazy in my chat, don't be surprised if I delete it, because I'm like, oh, that's stupid. Don't put that. Hey, Sugar Love, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Yes. Okay. Yes. Amen. So let's go back to, I think we're on number, let's see. Oh, 11 reasons why people are mean. Number 6, they are snobs. They got their nose up in the air. And I'm better. Like, I'll give you a thing. When I was younger, you know how like you go into those big department stores, right? And the lady told me the clearance is in the back. No.
Now, back in the day, before I got recovery, she'd have been cussed out.
That was before recovery. I ain't gonna tell you the words that I said because I want ads to be on this video, so I'm not gonna tell y'all what I said. But trust me, it was not good words that was said. So I was like, my mom was like, "Lady, we got more money in our purse than you do, so go somewhere." So, but that's the thing that we have to learn. That's the thing where I should have just learned not to respond to, but I got all amped up, call her manager and everything.
I've done the same thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel petty. I was feeling petty. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Pania the Grace. Welcome. Sometimes you feel froggy and sometimes you don't. Let's see. So, yeah, they are snobs. And some people, they think that they are better than you and you can never be on their level and you're lower than them. And it's not true. You're not lower. You're better than sometimes, but you don't have to acknowledge that. All that matters is that you know who you are, you know what you're called to do, and you just keep being that. The right people will be drawn to you, and like my dad always used to say, and the wrong people will drop off, especially when you don't respond. Boy, there's so much power when somebody says something to you and you don't even respond, don't even acknowledge it. That's what you show. You're not worth my time. Exactly. Okay, let's go on to number 7. 11 reasons why people are so mean. They are having a bad day. Yeah, sometimes people are mean because they're going through a lot of things. Sometimes people are going through a lot of things. They're having a hard day. But also, I always say, just because a person is going through something, that doesn't give you a right to be rude, to be nasty to somebody, to talk down to somebody. Yeah. I feel like sometimes I'll give people a pass. Like the first time I'll give people a pass, but the second time, if you do it again, that's when you're gonna get blocked. We got to learn, like, okay, And I'll even ask them like, "You okay today?" Because you work in my nerves. All right, that's your first. That's a warning, especially on the job, because on my job, people need me to do certain things. Go ahead and set me off. You're gonna be on your own. You're gonna be in a world of trouble. So go ahead. I said, "You having a bad day?" And everybody be looking like, "Uh-oh." That's the warning words. Everybody
Right.
everybody knows that, like, because I don't say much. So if I come up to you and say, "You having a bad day?" Everybody's like, "Ooh, you better fix yourself." Yes. Yes, Lisa B. If you do it again, bye-bye. Mm. You better take care of yourself. And people don't talk about it a lot, but you need to focus in on your mental health too. People don't
Right.
really talk about that mental health, but when you allow too much foolishness to be in your life, it's not good for you. It's not healthy. So take care of you. Yes, I agree. And Eunice says, mean people sometimes don't know who they're talking to. Uh, they don't. What's in your? Oh yeah, they don't know what's in your wallet. They don't know. They don't know what you have going on. But people make judgments based on your
Yeah.
looks. Hmm. You look at somebody, you don't know if that person could have millions of dollars. You don't know.
Child. That's
You don't know. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Number 8, 11 reasons why people are mean. They have poor emotional regulation skills and get frustrated easily. They don't know how to regulate. They don't know how to regulate. They let every little thing bother them. Every little thing, like having a complete meltdown for every single thing in their life. Everything is a. I know somebody like that. Every single Now everything can't make you upset.
oh God.
Everything is like the whole world is crumbling.
And then they want to wear you down with it, call
Mhm.
you on the phone with the same thing over and over and over. Don't want to listen to no solution or nothing. They just want to me.
Ah,
Child,
like my
your
mama would
midwife.
say, that's the woe is me mentality. Everything is doom and
Woman.
gloom. It's so exhausting. Stay away from those type of people, please. Number 9, they don't care about respecting others. They don't care. That's just plain and simple. They don't care about whose feelings they hurt. They don't care who they step on. They don't care what it is that they do. They just want to do what they want to do.
Right.
That's Paul, drama queen. I asked him, did anyone die? Okay, then. Listen, I'll tell you, I was that person. I was the drama queen.
Mhm.
Everything that happened to me, I was a bulldog and I confronted it right away because my heart was in pieces. But when you learn to fix the pieces of your heart, everything doesn't affect you anymore. Like, okay,
Right.
whatever, do what you want. I don't care. As long as you're not meddling with my money, you do what you want.
Right.
Okay, ain't my business. Okay, number 10. They have a poor self-awareness and poor so they have a poor self-awareness. Mm. And, oh,
And
and social awareness. So they're not aware of anything. You know, like some people, they don't know where the line is, where to draw a line, right? They don't know what is right, what they should say, what they shouldn't say. They just do all the time. And then later on, oh, why you coming for me like that? Why you talking to me like that? Why you have an attitude?
because you came into my party and you had said some stupid stuff. This is why I'm on your butt. Don't be coming at you. What is wrong with you? You know, that's most time what I say.
Mhm. I very calmly, I go up to them and I look at them for about 5 seconds before I say anything. I just stare at them for a few seconds and say, Are you having a bad day? Okay. Then fix it. All right. And I walk away. Nothing works like the dead stare. Just look at him for a few seconds. Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
He's usually not like that. The house went up for sale, so he's stressed out. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if it's not a regular thing, then I guess it's okay. You have to shut them down and walk away. You do
But you know,
immediately.
Marlene, I'm gonna have to get go because I gotta get the link ready and all of that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I forgot to say. All right. We thank Gio for being here. Yes, guys, it's crazy what happens and why people are so rude and mean and nasty and everything. So thank you, Gio, for being here. Appreciate you. So number 11, they disagree with you ideology or politically. So some people, they feel that if they can't agree with whatever, if you can't have the same thoughts, you can't have the same feelings as them, they don't want to get along with you, they don't want to like you. So and they can be rude and mean and nasty. We don't always have to agree with what somebody else says. That's part of being an adult. That's what makes the world so beautiful, is because you have different personalities, different cultures. We got to learn to not accept, but learn to receive. Okay, this is this person's opinion and thinking, but I may not agree with it, but it's okay. And I think that takes some maturity too. We have to be mature enough to say, I don't agree with it. I may not like it, but I do respect it. So respect each other. It goes a long way. And that's what helps us to keep going. So, guys, this has been the 11 reasons why people are so mean. I thank everybody so much for coming to the stream today. I'm going to get the link. Next up is going to be Boss Life Online. Let me get the link and put it in the chat. I don't think she is in the chat anymore, but let me put the link in here. If any of my moderators are in here and they can get it before me, that would be great too. Let me cut it and paste it in here. Let me put it in here. Here is the link here for Boss Life Online. If you guys click that link, and Six Gunner says, and it's generational as well, from the kids to the parents. Yeah, that's so true, Six Gunner. It has to do with, your upbringing. And also, I feel like sometimes when a younger person sometimes talk, like, I don't even understand the lingo. I don't even understand like how they do certain things, because what am I? I don't even know what I am. Am I a millennial? No, I'm not a millennial. I'm the one before millennial. So whatever. Like, it's certain things like the lingo, the way they act, it's just completely different. But we got to learn to respect each other, no matter how old we are. Respect each other. And I thank everybody so much for coming today. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat, 11 reasons why people are so mean. I'm going to take this information and I'm going to put it in the description box of this video, so that you guys could read this information if you guys want to read for yourself the 11 reasons. So I will see you guys on the next stream, story time, chat. I'll see you guys on Sunday too. But now let's go over to Boss Life Online. I thank you guys so much for coming. Yes, Eunice, agree to disagree. Hey, Team Gravely, thank you so much for coming, but I'm about to get out of here. If you could watch the replay, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Donna, Angela, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you, and have a great rest of your day. Let's head on over to Boss Life Online. Thank you guys.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know